2025 will now please come to order at 7:30 p.m. The audience is invited to join council in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Broussard,
Present.
Ms. Gilchrist,
Here.
Ms. Seaman,
Here.
Mr. Lippert,
Present.
Mr. Madden,
Here.
Mr. Murray,
Here.
Mr. Scarl,
Present.
Mr. Shumsky.
Here.
If there are no additions or corrections, the council meeting minutes of September 16, 2025 are approved as written. There are 3 items being requested for suspension this evening. They are Resolution 2025-87 and Resolution 2025-93, both on second reading, and then Resolution 2025-98, which is on first reading. Tonight, we're going to be doing things a little bit different because we have some special guests in the house, and there's some proclamations that are being presented this evening. The special guests would be my wife Joni is here, my daughter Devin, and my future grandchild is also there. And then we have 3 members of the Epilepsy Association based in Cleveland. We have Patty Veronese, who is the executive director. We have Ethan Miller, who is the development director. And then we have Beth Ulrich, who is on the development team. So, and I'm telling you this because my family has undergone a SUDEP awareness campaign for the month of October 2025. The Epilepsy Association approached me a little over a month ago and said, hey, we want to designate October as SUDEP Awareness Month, and we want your help in bringing as much awareness around this as possible. So we had a Zoom meeting, and that night I was tossing and turning in bed because I just couldn't figure out the best way to tackle this. And so I got out of bed, went downstairs, fired up my computer, researched all the council presidents in Northeast Ohio and sent them all an email past midnight. And lo and behold, 23 different municipalities responded affirmatively. And so to date, we have 23 communities who have either passed a resolution, have issued a proclamation, or plan to do so very soon. And those communities are in no particular order: North Olmsted, Cleveland, Lakewood, Westlake, Cuyahoga County, Lorain County, Bay Village, Euclid, Parma Heights, Avon Lake, Mayfield Heights, Mayfield Village, Brunswick, Cleveland Heights, Wickliffe, Mentor, University Heights, Brook Park, Solon, and Elyria. That's 23 communities across 4 different counties, which is just amazing. And for those of you in the audience who don't know what SUDEP is the sudden unexpected death in epilepsy. And we are bringing awareness around it because sadly about 7 out of 10 doctors choose not to inform their patients about SUDEP because they don't want to, it's kind of taboo, they don't want to unnecessarily make them worry about something that might not happen. So we, on the other hand, believe, having lost a daughter to SUDEP, believe that it is every patient's right to know about the risk of SUDEP because there are a handful of things that you can do to mitigate the risk of it occurring. So hence our efforts for October. At this time, I'm going to step down in front of the table here. We've got some other resolutions and proclamations that we've already received, but we are about to receive 3 more at this meeting. And we're going to start, I believe, with Mayor Jones, and she will read North Olmsted's, and then she will also read the City of Westlake's, and then we also have a special guest here, Cuyahoga County Council Member Patrick Kelly, who is giving us a proclamation from the county. And Pat is special because he's alumni. He used to sit right up here with the rest of us. So at this point, I'm going to stop talking and let the mayor talk.
Joni and Devin, hello. Brenna was not only a resident of North Olmsted, and obviously Lou and Joni's daughter, but she held a special place in my family's heart, as she also used to babysit our children. And so this month especially reminds us all of what we need to continue to do to educate others and support families who are going through this. I won't read the entire proclamation, but I will read the beginning and the end. Whereas Ohio House 7331 of the 134th General Assembly designates October 26th as Sudden Unexpected Death and Epilepsy Awareness Day, also known as Brenna's Law, in honor of Brenna Broussard of North Olmsted, who tragically passed away from SUDEP on January 30th, 2022. And whereas Brenna was the cherished daughter of City Council President Lou Broussard and Joni Broussard, and her story continues to inspire efforts to raise awareness and promote education on epilepsy and SUDEP. Whereas the Epilepsy Association of Cleveland, working with the Broussard family, observes SUDEP Awareness Day on October 26th. The 26th also reflects the statistic that 1 in 26 people will develop epilepsy in their lifetime. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Nicole Daly Jones, Mayor of the City of North Olmsted, on behalf of the City Council of North Olmsted and all of the residents, do hereby proclaim October 2025 as SUDEP Awareness Month and October 26, 2025 as Sudden Unexpected Death and Epilepsy Awareness Day in the City of North Olmsted, and encourage all residents to learn more, support families affected, and help raise awareness. And on behalf of Mayor Dennis Clough of the City of Westlake, we also have a proclamation from his office. And he, along with the other cities that Council President Broussard had mentioned, also is recognizing SUDEP Awareness Month in the month of October in the City of Westlake, and encourages all residents to, again, increase awareness of this situation and support families who are going through this. Again, from Mayor Dennis Clough in the City of Westlake. We thank him.
Wrong, Pat.
I've never been accused of needing a microphone before. Mayor, directors, council people, former colleagues. For Cuyahoga County Council and the mayor pretty much said everything I have here. So, Sudden Unexpected Death and Epilepsy Awareness Month for October 2025. A neurological condition affecting approximately 3.4 million people nationwide, including many residents of Cuyahoga County, and poses serious health and safety challenges to those who live with it. And I'll skip some of the stuff that's already been said. but public awareness, early detection, and informed medical care are vital tools in preventing SUDEP, and individuals can reduce their risk by adhering to prescribed medications, maintaining consistent sleep, attending regular medical appointments, avoiding seizure triggers, and using seizure detection or alert devices. And in conjunction with the Epilepsy Association based in Cleveland, the purpose is to promote awareness and prevention of SUDEP at the state level. The Ohio House has designated October 26th each year as Sudden Unexpected Death and Epilepsy Awareness Day, also known as Brenna's Law, in memory of Brenna Broussard of North Olmsted, who tragically passed away on January 30th, 2022. Therefore, be it resolved that the Council of Cuyahoga County, Ohio, hereby proclaim the month of October 2025 as Sudden Unexpected Death and Epilepsy Awareness Month in Cuyahoga County. And we encourage all residents to increase their understanding of SUDEP and to work collaboratively with improving epilepsy care and prevention strategies. I, Patrick Kelly, Councilman for District 1 of Cuyahoga County, and for all the other members of Cuyahoga County Council, all 11 districts, do by present this to you.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat. I also wanted to mention that in addition to resolutions and proclamations with 23 different Northeast Ohio communities, we are taking it a step further. We are currently working with our state representative, Bride Rose Sweeney, and State Senator Tom Patton to introduce a bill concurrently in both chambers, probably next week or within the next 2 weeks, which would strongly encourage that doctors inform their epilepsy patients about SUDEP. So that state bill, if and when we get it across the finish line, will have some gritty teeth to it. And Pat, I don't want to ambush you, but I also want to let the audience know that SUDEP is very underreported because most medical examiners' offices aren't trained on what to look for. So perhaps we can work on that together at the county level, getting the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office to maybe get some training on SUDEP deaths. All right. Thank you, everyone. One more thing. Resolution 2025-98 is on tonight's agenda, and that is so the mayor just gave us a proclamation, but City Council tonight is considering a resolution that would also proclaim October 2025 as SUDEP Awareness Month in the city of North Olmsted. So I want to thank my colleagues for considering that. That'll be about in the middle of our agenda. Okay, let's move into reports. Mayor Daley Jones, do you have a report this evening?
I do, Mr. President. Thank you. On the safety front, the Bianca Ellis trial is currently underway, and several of our police officers have been called to provide testimony over the coming days. Yesterday, after many hours of diligent work, our Detective Bureau, in partnership with the Cleveland FBI and other local law enforcement agencies, successfully located the missing 13-year-old girl of North Olmsted, who has since been reunited with her parents. The process of hiring a new fire chief is also moving forward. A panel working with one of our civil service testing partners will interview the top candidates tomorrow as the next step in the selection process. And now for infrastructure and capital projects update. Our recreation department has a number of exciting updates I'd like to share. Phase 2 of the park improvements is well underway. The pickleball and tennis courts now have their stone base in place with the layout of the space clearly visible. The parking lots near the memorial off West Park and the lot off East Park also have their stone bases installed. The spray ground is currently being framed between the playground and the courts, and grading for the band shell is in progress. Inclusive playground equipment has been ordered and will be installed as the project advances. The ball field infield has been completed, grass has been planted in the outfield, and light posts are being prepared for installation. The retention basin beneath the senior center parking lot has been installed, and paving work for the expanded parking lot is scheduled to begin next week. With all of this ongoing construction work, the senior center will be closed to the public from October 13th through November 3rd to allow for parking lot renovations. Given that, the Board of Elections has moved to John Knox for those who normally vote at the community cabin. Council, I know your residents will continue to ask, and we will provide you with social media language, and if you get phone calls or emails, a way to respond so that you can direct your residents appropriately for Election Day if they are not voting by mail and they're voting on Election Day. We've also completed the Dover Center Road resurfacing work. Overall, the resurfacing program is 60% complete and remains on track to be finished by the end of the month. The EQ take excavation will be completed this week, with pipe installation scheduled to begin within the next 2 weeks. The Bradley Road soccer field's parking lot improvements are complete. In Springvale Ballroom, the structural rehabilitation has been completed, and the driveway construction is scheduled to begin within the next week. This will improve access for deliveries and drop-offs at both the ballroom and the clubhouse. Walter Road, Lorraine Road signal project is out to bid, and this will provide a permanent traffic signal for the new school that is to be opening in the next year and a half. At Old Town Hall, masonry repointing will begin next week, and bids for the ADA access project have been received and will be awarded next week. The Lorraine Road resurfacing Stage 3 plan submittal to the Ohio Department of Transportation is scheduled for November, which is on track for that work to begin in the spring. Columbia and Lorraine right-of-way acquisition, and this process is continuing to progress with appraisals expected shortly. And finally, the Forest School site grading is set to begin later this month for that housing development project. Finally, this Saturday at the high school near the baseball field and pavilion, we will be having the annual city's Boo Bash and Trunk or Treat event. The Boo Bash runs from noon until 3 p.m. and the Trunk or Treat runs from noon until 2 p.m. Mr. President, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mayor. Director of Law Garreau, do you have a report this evening?
I do. That's a tough act to follow. But I have a couple things to update you on, one of which the mayor has touched upon with Forest Commons, the development. The city last week closed on its purchase of that small strip of real estate that kind of runs north and south between the parcel and the access onto Stearns. We closed on that purchase. We now have title to it. We expect to now proceed with the closing on the actual sale of the whole parcel, including the newly acquired parcel, so that that project can get going, as the mayor reported, with work to be done later this month. We also finished and have completed, and the mayor has executed the agreement for the pine. Let's try this again. Chestnut, maple, and pine property purchases. A lot of P's. And that's been taken care of. That's not going to close for a while, until after the new school is completed. You're talking about a couple years until it's completed and is opened, and the other schools close. But that's been buttoned up, and that's going to be ready to go and should provide some additional opportunities for development here in the city, as the mayor and Director Upton have advised from time to time. So it's there's a lot going on in North Olmsted, and I just wanted to bring you up to date on those two issues. Thanks.
Thank you, Director. Director of Finance Kopfer, do you have a report this evening?
Yes, I do, Mr. President. But first, I want to wish you and your family the Lord's blessing, taking such a tragedy and making it a positive. It's just amazing, and I'm so humbled at how you guys are taking it
Thank you.
and moving it in a positive way. I am proud to share that we received the Auditor of State Award with distinction for our 2024 audit. This is the 11th consecutive year of receiving this award. Here to present the award on behalf of the city to myself and Evan Whitty, our Assistant Director of Finance, is Tina Ludwig, Northeast Regional Liaison for the Auditor of State's Office. And so may we come forward?
Please do.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for putting me on the agenda because we're here to for a job well done. And I need my notes because I'm still 4 months into the job. So there's a lot of work that comes into these awards with distinction, and I don't have them all memorized. So as Ms. Kopfer said, my name is Tina Ludwig, and I am the Ohio Auditor of State Keith Faber's Northeast Regional Liaison, or as Auditor Faber likes to say, we're your personal customer service representative. And, Auditor Faber asked me to be here, and it's a true honor to be here to be able to present the Auditor of State Award with distinction to the city of North Olmsted. Each year, our office is responsible for conducting over 4,200 audits of our 6,000 clients statewide. This award places your organization in just a select group, as only 4% of our clients actually receive the award with distinction. The Auditor of State Award with distinction is presented to local governments and school districts upon the completion of a financial audit that meet the following criteria defined as a clean audit report. And now you'll see why I need notes for this. The entity must file financial reports with the auditor's office by the statutory due date without any extension on a GAAP accounting basis and prepare a comprehensive annual financial report. If you ever go to our website and look at those financial reports, you can't even imagine the amount of work that goes into it. You too can. The audit report does not contain any findings for recovery, material citations, material weaknesses, significant deficiencies, uniform guidance findings, or question costs. The entity's management letter contains no comments related to ethics referrals, question costs less than the threshold per the uniform guidance, lack of timely report submission, bank reconciliation issues, failure to obtain a timely single audit in accordance with uniform guidance, findings for recovery less than $500, and public meetings or public records issues. This award represents the hard work of all the City of North Olmsted's staff and employees who make every effort each day to attain accounting excellence. We'd like to recognize the council and the finance department that have done an outstanding job watching over every dollar. What this truly means is that across the entire organization, you have the people and processes in place that understand fiscal accountability. Specifically, we want to recognize both the Finance Director, Carrie Kopfer, and Assistant Finance Director, Evan Whitty, on their leadership, professionalism, and exceptional commitment to fiscal integrity. On behalf of Auditor Faber, I would like to present the City of North Olmsted, the Auditor of State with distinction Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Evan is officially still on vacation today, so he just got back this evening in a rush, driving through the rain. So I'm glad he was able to partake in it because he was a large part of it being successful. The city filed its fiscal year annual financial information filing report in accordance with our bond covenants, continuing disclosure requirements on September 23rd of this month. The August summary and detailed financial reports were emailed to council yesterday and posted to our website today. And while the cybersecurity program requirements that I reported on at the last council meeting has a deadline of 1/1 of 2026, the reporting requirements in ORC section 9.64 of either a cyber incident up to and including any ransomware incident must be reported to the law to both the Ohio Department of Homeland Security and the Auditor of State's office, and that took effect on September 30th of this year. This effective date also includes that any payment of a ransomware incident shall have legislative authority approval. It's a requirement. And for those of you who did not get Crane's Cleveland Business, R.E. Warner, a North Olmsted business, was number 22 on Crane's list of top 25 fastest growing companies in Northeast Ohio, with 5-year growth of 234%. Local revenues were listed for 2024 at $24.2 million. They had 139 local employees and a total of 192 employees total. This was the only North Olmsted company on the list. While not a North Olmsted business per se, Chagrin Valley Engineering, which is our city engineer Jeff Filarski is a founding partner of, made the list at number 41 with 5-year growth at 138% and 2024 revenues at $15.4 million, with 69 local employees in Oakwood Village and a total of 71 total employees. And to both companies, I say keep up the great work. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Director, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Before we move into council committee reports, I just wanted to point out for those of you in the audience who are first-time attendees and are wishing to speak this evening, the public comment portion will immediately follow the council committee reports, which we will start right now. Councilman Limpert, Chairman of the Building, Zoning, and Development Committee, do you have a report this evening?
I do not have a report this evening, Mr. President, but if I could have a moment of personal privilege.
Of course.
Obviously, I want to congratulate you on your great efforts in the SUDEP awareness. I know I've learned a lot over the recent years, and with young kids, it's something that I value very much to have somebody that advocates that's sitting right next to me here at council. I want to congratulate Ms. Kopfer, ourselves as a council and the administration for the transparency and cooperation to ensure that we have sound financial mechanisms in place. And then I wanted to just make my council peers aware. I think the mayor mentioned that the Barton Bradley parking contract project is complete. There's still some things that the service director and recreation director have been really working hard with in partnership with NOSO, and I've been part of those email chains. There's still some crosswalk items to work through, and potentially some other safety items around the parking lot itself that are still to be followed. So there may be some further conversations of that during this year or into next year. But overall, it's been a huge improvement to that city into that facility. So just making everybody aware of that, and this concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Heeman, Chairwoman of the Recreation, Public Parks and Buildings Committee, do you have a report this evening?
I do not, Mr. President, but if I may have a moment.
Of course.
Thank you. As you know, always my emotional support to you and your family forever. That there's just nothing more I can offer except that, and your success on continuing to bring the awareness forward. I would also like to thank our parks, our Director Penchek, Councilman Scarl, my co-chair on the parks program, and our $7 million renovation. Having led that was a challenge, took many months. We started at 2 ball diamonds. I dug in a little bit, and we have a splash pad and a lot of other things going on, and I'm very excited for that. And the progress is moving along, and I am thankful and grateful to all of the folks in the administration who are working hard to get that done. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Scarl, Chairman of the Finance Committee, do you have a report this evening?
I do, Mr. President. Thank you. Finance Committee met on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025 at 7 p.m. Present were committee members Scarl and Mari, council members Madden, Gilchrist, the mayor, directors of law, finance, HR, economic development, safety service, and the chief of staff. First on the agenda was Resolution 2025-87, the county tax resolution. Director Koffer explained a move of 0.2 mils, approximately $200,000 from the bond retirement to the general fund. And the resolution was recommended to council with suspension by a vote of 2-0. Last on the agenda was ordinance 2025-95, the Walter Drain adopting ordinance. Clerk Taylor explained that this ordinance adopts the state laws passed in the June codified update. The legislation was recommended to council by a vote of 2-0, and the committee concluded at 7:06 p.m. That concludes my report for the finance. If I could have a moment, personal privilege.
Of course, yes.
Thank you. First, Council President Broussard, I want to commend you on your work with the SUDEP awareness, and I hope that you keep up that work. I know it's tough on your family, but I think you're doing the right thing, and you've made great strides with it, so keep up the good work. Secondly, I'd like to thank our finance director on her award tonight. It's been a pleasure working with her so far this year as the finance chair, and I think you're doing a good job, and congratulations. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Sorry.
Councilwoman Gilchrist, Chairwoman of the Streets and Transportation Committee, do you have a report this evening?
Yes, Mr. President, I do have a report. The Streets and Transportation Committee met on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025 at 7:06 p.m. Present were Council President Broussard, committee members Gilchrist and Madden, council members Mari, Scarl, and Shimsky, the mayor, the law director, the finance director, the HR director, the economic director, the safety director, the service director, the chief of staff, and guests. The purpose of the meeting was to discuss Resolution 2025-93, purchase salt truck bed and accessories. The resolution, a resolution authorizing the mayor to purchase base configuration assembly equipment for salt truck installation from Concord Road Equipment through the state purchasing program at a cost of $187,938.34, and further authorizing the mayor to execute all purchase agreements and declaring an emergency. Director Carney let us know that we already have the first half of the truck. This is the second half. The equipment includes a roll-off dumpster that can be changed into a truck within moments. While the original price 3.5 years ago was $141,781, delivery was delayed due to COVID and the resulting equipment shortages, so the price has since gone up in price 24.5%. It is anticipated that the equipment will arrive soon and will be ready to roll before the snow flies. Special thanks go to both Debbie and Carrie for their diligence to get this done. Resolution 2025-93 was recommended to council by Councilwoman Gilchrist and seconded by Councilman Madden, passing by a vote of 2-0. The Streets and Transportation Committee meeting concluded at 7:09 p.m. And that concludes my report, Mr. President. But could I have a moment of personal privilege to commend you and Joni on all your hard work. And I was so excited to hear that this is possibly going to the state level. I mean, it's so vital to help so many people in our community. So that is very awesome. And also I would like to say to Director Coffer, thank you so much for all you've done to making sure the books are done and that we, along with council, were able to get that award tonight. How wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Madden, Chairman of the Environmental Control Committee, do you have a report this evening?
No, Mr. President, thank you. If I may have a moment also.
Certainly.
Yeah, I just want to commend you also on your advocacy for the SUDEP cause. It's an excellent demonstration to all of us that our voice can make a difference, and it's such a vital topic that needs to be brought to people's attention. So thank you for your advocacy.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure there's probably more to come. I appreciate everyone's comments. I just want to point out that if you think I'm strong, the two strongest people I know are sitting right there. So they deserve as much or more credit. So thank you, though. All right, Councilman Shimsky, Chairman of the Public Safety, Health, and Welfare Committee, do you have a report this evening?
Yes, I do, Mr. President. The Public Safety, Health, and Welfare Committee met on Tuesday, September 23rd at 7:10 p.m. in the caucus room. Those in attendance were committee members Shimsky and Madden, council members Gilchrist, Murray, and Scarl, Council President Broussard, Mayor Jones, Chief of Staff, all the directors with the exception of the Recreation Director. There were 3 items on the agenda to discuss. The first was Resolution 2025-90, purchase of 2 police cruisers. Director Schofield remarked the original budget had 3 cruisers in it, but with the increased cost of outfitting the cruisers, the police department is only asking for 2 right now. They will be purchased from Montrose Ford at a cost of $45,600 each. There was a motion to recommend Resolution 2025-90 to the rest of council. It was seconded and passed by a vote of 2-0. Next on the agenda was Ordinance 2025-91, purchase Horton ambulance. Director Schofield noted that the new ambulance will replace number 53, which was purchased in 2012, and there's about a 24-month lag till delivery. The cost of the unit is $495,000, and it will serve, and 53 will serve as a backup once the new ambulance arrives. There was a motion to recommend Ordinance 2025-91 to the rest of council. It was seconded and passed by a vote of 2-0. The final item on the agenda was Resolution 2025-94, flock cameras, Lorraine Road. Director Schofield stated that the city would be purchasing 13 hand-tilt zoom cameras at a cost of $39,000. 2 would be paid by the hotel motel fund, and the other 11 would be paid by the general fund. These cameras would seamlessly integrate with the license plate readers purchased earlier this year. There was a motion to recommend Resolution 2025-94 to the rest of council. It was seconded and the motion passed 3-0. At this time, I move to amend Resolution 2025-94. There is a typographical error stating 12 cameras. It should read 13, but the cost remains the same, $39,000, and I ask for a second.
Second.
Motion to amend Resolution 2025-94 made by Councilman Shimsky, seconded by Councilwoman Heeman. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shimsky.
Yes.
Ms. Heeman.
Yes.
Mr. Murray.
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist.
Yes.
Mr. Scarl.
Yes.
Mr. Madden.
Yes.
Mr. Lippert.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-94 is amended by a vote of 7-0.
If I may have a moment of personal privilege.
Please.
I'd just like to commend you and your family for the work you do with SUDAP and give my congratulations to Director Coffer on her award tonight. And that concludes my report.
Thank you so much. Councilman Mari, Chairman of the Intergovernmental Relations Committee, do you have a report this evening?
Yes, I do, Mr. President. Thank you. The Intergovernmental Relations Committee met on Tuesday, August 26 at 6:54 p.m. Present were committee members Mari, Gilchrist, and Chimsky, Council President Broussard, Council members Madden and Scarl, the Mayor, and the Directors of Finance, Public Safety, Human Resources, Service, and Law. Also in attendance were the Chief of Staff and guests. On the agenda was the Mayor's appointment of Warda Hamden to the Planning and Design Commission. Ms. Hamden addressed Council, providing an overview of her work experience, including being a neighborhood investment manager and policy and project coordinator for the City of Cleveland. She will bring significant and relevant experience to the role on Planning and Design Commission, including having presented and worked with other local planning and design commissions. Ms. Hamden was thanked for her willingness to volunteer, and the committee unanimously voted 3-0 to favorably recommend her appointment to the Planning and Design Commission for the unexpired term of January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2028. Mr. President, at this time, I move to approve the appointment of Warda Hamden to the Planning and Design Commission for the unexpired term of January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2028, and ask for a second.
Second.
Motion to approve the appointment of Rosie Warda Hamden to the Planning and Design Commission for the unexpired term of January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2028. That motion is made by Councilman Mari and seconded by Councilwoman Gilchrist. Roll call, please.
Mr. Mari.
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist.
Yes.
Mr. Shimsky.
Yes.
Mr. Madden. Mr. Scarl.
Yes.
Mr. Limpert.
Yes.
Ms. Heem.
Yes.
The appointment of Rosie Warda Hamden is approved by a vote of 7-0.
And Mr. President, if I may also have a moment of personal privilege?
Of course.
I would just like to commend you and your family on the work to both educate and expose the general public to SUDEP. I think without a doubt that your advocacy is going to save lives. So thank you very much. And that ends my report.
Thank you, sir. All right, are there any letters or communications to come before council at this time?
No, Mr. President.
All right, thank you. We're finally at audience participation. Thank you for attending tonight's council meeting. Public comment offers the opportunity for members of the public to share information and bring issues or concerns to the attention of city council members. It is not a debate, and public comment speakers should not expect a back and forth exchange. Council members may ask clarifying questions of the speaker, of the city staff, or fellow council members. And those attending city council meetings should show the same respect to others that they wish to have shown to them. If there is anyone in the audience who would like to address council, please come to the podium. State and spell your name and address for the clerk. If you live in a city other than North Olmsted, please state the name of that city and proceed with your comments. You will have up to 5 minutes.
On behalf of Epilepsy Association, I'd like to thank the North Olmsted City Council for being part of such an important awareness initiative. Epilepsy Association is a Cleveland-based nonprofit that offers a variety of free services to the community, including case management, seizure first aid training, online educational seminars and courses, and so much more. Epilepsy impacts 1% of the population of the United States. That's around 3 million people. For most of them, epilepsy is a lifelong condition, and for about 1 million of those people, medication does not stop their seizures. So little research has been done on SUDEP. Current estimates say that 1 in 1,000 people, or 3,000 people every year, will die of sudden unexpected death in epilepsy. That's a very conservative estimate because not all coroners even know it exists. The real number is likely 3 times higher. 3,000 people is not a small number, but so many epilepsy patients never even heard of SUDEP. That's why we are spending October raising awareness. You can follow Epilepsy Association on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Threads, and visit epilepsyinfo.org and learn more. And we will also be at the Great Northern Mall October 25th and 26th to talk about SUDEP. Again, Epilepsy Association cannot thank you enough for making this an awareness for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty.
My name is Donald Primish, spell it Primosch. I live at 6064 Stafford Drive, North Olmsted, Ohio, 44070. I came to the last council meeting to complain about my neighbors. These people to the south of me, 6078 Stafford Drive. Low-income housing, Section 8, Arabs. Now, I'm going to tell you one story. From the last meeting to right now, that's about 3 weeks in there.
Okay, sir, I just want to, let's try to leave anger.
I'm trying to be cool.
Okay. All right, thank you.
I'm trying.
Thank you.
I just want to tell you that this oldest girl, you have her pictures. She sets up, she goes out to the sidewalk. She sets up on there. She takes the volleyball and she bangs it into the house. That's 40 feet away. And she continues to do that. 3 times the ball came over my property line. It won't stop. Now I went and got a variance for the fence from 3 feet from my house out to the sidewalk. I got the variance, I got the permit, I got the guy to do it. He calls Underground Utilities. This young girl, Carly, comes out and she flagged the whole property line. Here, their gas line is on the property line. I cannot put the fence in now. I called the gas company. You need 3 feet from the gas line to a structure. And that property line is like a structure. They didn't put the house on it. It's 5 feet away. Their house is 5 feet away from the property line. This gas line has got to be moved so I can put up the property. I can do this, okay? Now, this was my house, and these 2 houses were model homes. They were built in the late 60s. The laborers did the gas line and all the underground sewers. They did it all. And the way I see it, Mayor, you're responsible for previous administrations. This is not on me. This is on you. It's not right. You need 3 feet from any property line. I'd like you to consider that, and thank you for listening to me.
Mr. President, I'll speak on behalf of the city. It's not on the mayor. This is not a city issue.
Well, who's going to move it then?
If you want to communicate with the gas company to relocate the gas line, that would be up to you. I mean,
I've called. They said I can move it, but they have to okay it. So why should I move their gas line, $3,000 to $4,000 to move their gas line, so I could put up my fence, another $4,000 to put it in, so that I can have peace of mind, because the ball keeps coming over my property. They won't stop it. I'm done. I'm done talking. Thank you for the time.
Hello, my name's Robert Sharp. I live at 25407 Butternut Ridge. Would this be, and I'm not sure, an appropriate time to address 2025-100? It says first reading here, and I don't know if that hasn't happened yet, so.
The reading will occur after the audience participation portion.
Okay,
So this would be
now
the
it's time.
appropriate time to talk about
Okay.
it. Mhm.
I've been a resident on the street for 47 years. I was 25 when I bought the house, and I'm 72 years old, and it has not always been easy living on Butternut Ridge, I'm sure, as many of you know. You know, the problem started with putting a 4-lane bridge on the street, which never should have happened. It should have been 2 lanes. Nobody could ever explain that. We were told when 480 was put in that there'd be no commercial development south of 480. And obviously that has not held true. There's Moen, which I'm not saying is a bad neighbor, but it's there. There's a hotel and a restaurant, and we were promised there'd be nothing coming south of 480. Several years ago at the northwest corner of Butternut and Great Northern, there was a big effort to put in a super Kmart when a developer bought that property and wanted zoning changes, and we all know what happened with Kmart and what that would have been like today if that went through. Wow, that was a battle that took years and lots of time on our part, and we received mixed support from the city. The apartments that are there was the compromise, but again, we had to fight to maintain our residential area. There was a study done. The city contracted, I forget what agency it was, to do a study on this area, and they did come out and indicate there were drawings that it should not be commercial, but of course we know how that's done. The commercial district then was created. The research was done by a Butternut Ridge resident to try and protect this street of homes. The traffic is so bad now we can't get out of our driveways. I was hit once pulling out. Oftentimes at Butternut and Great Northern, the traffic is backed up 5-6 houses. You can't turn into the driveway. We have to go down the street, turn around, and come from west to east just to get into the driveway, as many residents have this problem. We have a homeowners association. I guess we might have to activate it again because it's what it takes to kind of preserve this area. There was a development supposed to go in of cluster homes on the south side of Butternut here a few years ago, and there were problems with that, but it was basically along the same vein of what I'm seeing here, is that they wanted to put in dense housing. And I guess one point I have is if you allow this, if this resolution goes through and this is allowed, well, there's a lot of 5 and 10 acre lots and big parcels on Butternut. Where do you stop? You know, if you allow this one, how can you deny, and maybe this is a legal question, but there's a 10 acre lot right down the street. There's a couple other 5 acres. How do you deny them? And then what happens? Then there is no historic district. Butternut will have to be widened and the whole area is destroyed. I don't know how you can allow this to even be considered, but you know, it is what it is. I guess one thing I'm asking is if this is going to go to a second or third reading. I know not many people are notified. I'd like to be notified so that we can activate our homeowners association and at least put up a more robust opposition to this. And I know on the North Olmsted website or on the Facebook site, there's quite a few comments there, and it's just, you know, I'm tired of fighting on this street and trying to maintain the street. But again, if this goes through, how can you refuse somebody else? There was a historic house across the street from me, as there is, I believe, what is it, the Bidoff House now. But when I moved in, there was a historic house across from me, and everybody was concerned about, well, if they develop that, what's going to happen with this house? Well, 2 nighttime fires took care of that, and the house was gone. So, you know, you can see the history of what we've been through living on this street. What we're asking is that you maintain the street, the historic district, and don't even consider allowing this housing to be put in there and outletted onto Butternut Ridge. The traffic, it just can't handle it, you know, besides the integrity of the historic district itself. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Heeman.
may I have the floor, please? Thank you. Sir, as your Ward 4 councilwoman, I have other residents that are concerned. One of the neighbors, Miss Lawrence Otten, has a tablet that if you'd like to leave your contact information, email, phone number, name, address, you can be getting notices from our clerk of council with regard to the committee meeting that will be set up about this legislation. Tonight is just the first reading. There's no activity beyond that this evening. There will be planning commission hearings that you can receive a notice to, zoning. There will be, lots of other things, and I would encourage you to participate in those because part of that is the effort then to sort of work with the residents, in that area and affected to see, what concerns you have and how they may or may not be alleviated. But that would be the opportunity that you actually get to participate and speak about the plan and your concerns. So if you'd like to do that, I would strongly encourage it so that you can actually, attend those meetings and participate. Thank you. And if there's anyone else in the audience who would like to, sign up on that as well, that would be great. Thank you.
All right, seeing no other comments from the audience, we will now move into legislation.
Legislation on second reading, Resolution 2025-87, introduced by Mayor Jones, a resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county fiscal officer.
Mr. President,
Councilman Scarl.
at this time I move to suspend the rule requiring 3 readings for Resolution 2025-87. This was discussed in committee last week, and suspension is necessary to meet the county's deadline for this tax resolution, and I ask for a second.
Second.
Motion to suspend the rule requiring 3 readings for Resolution 2025-87. That is made by Councilman Scarl, seconded by Councilman Limpert. Roll call, please.
Mr. Scarl?
Yes.
Mr. Limpert?
Yes.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Mr. Shimsky?
Yes.
Mr. Mari?
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist?
Yes.
Ms. Heeman?
Yes.
That motion passes by a vote of 7-0. If there is anyone in the audience who wishes to address council regarding Resolution 2025-87 only, please approach the podium now.
Mr. President,
Councilman Scarl.
seeing none, I move to adopt Resolution 2025-87 and ask for a second.
Second.
Motion to adopt Resolution 2025-87 made by Councilman Scarl, seconded by Councilman Limpert. Roll call, please.
Mr. Scarl?
Yes.
Mr. Limpert?
Yes.
Mr. Shimsky?
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist?
Yes.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Mr. Mari?
Yes.
Ms. Heeman?
Yes.
Resolution 2025-87 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Resolution 2025-90, introduced by Mayor Jones, a resolution authorizing the mayor to purchase 2 new Ford Police Interceptor vehicles through the state purchase program from Montrose Ford at a total cost of $91,260, and further authorizing the mayor to execute all purchase agreements and declaring an emergency. Ordinance 2025-91, introduced by Mayor Jones, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to purchase 2026 Freightliner M2 106 plus F550 623 WT Horton ambulance for the North Olmsted Fire Department through the state purchase program from Horton Emergency Vehicles for a price of $495,000, and further authorizing the mayor to execute all contract documents and declaring an emergency. Resolution 2025-93, introduced by Mayor Jones, a resolution authorizing the mayor to purchase base configuration assembly equipment for salt truck installation from Concord Road Equipment through the state purchasing program at a cost of $187,938.34, and further authorizing the mayor to execute all purchase agreements and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Gilchrist.
I move to suspend the rule requiring 3 readings and formal committee review, as this was discussed in committee, and it's important to get this moving to keep the price what it is, and ask for a second.
Second.
Motion to suspend the rule requiring 3 readings for Resolution 2025-93 made by Councilwoman Gilchrist, seconded by Councilman Madden. Roll call, please.
Ms. Gilchrist?
Yes.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Ms. Heeman?
Yes.
Mr. Shimsky,
Yes.
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Mr. Limpert,
Yes.
Mr. Scarl.
Yes.
That motion passes by a vote of 7-0. If there is anyone in the audience who wishes to address council regarding Resolution 2025-93 only, please approach the podium now.
Seeing none, Mr. President, I move to adopt Resolution 2025-93 and ask for a second.
Second.
Motion to adopt Resolution 2025-93 made by Councilwoman Gilchrist, seconded by Councilman Madden. Roll call, please.
Ms. Gilchrist,
Yes.
Mr. Madden,
Yes.
Mr. Limpert,
Yes.
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Ms. Heeman,
Yes.
Mr. Scarl,
Yes.
Mr. Shimsky.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-93 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Resolution 2025-94, introduced by Mayor Jones, a resolution authorizing the mayor to lease and finance through the Hotel Motel Fund 13 Flock Condor cameras, and further authorizing the mayor to execute all documents necessary to effectuate such transaction and declaring an emergency as amended. Ordinance 2025-95, introduced by City Council, and ordinance to revise the codified ordinances by adopting current replacement pages and declaring an emergency. Legislation on first reading, Resolution 2025-96, a resolution directing the fiscal officer of Cuyahoga County to pay to the city of North Olmsted, Ohio during the year 2026 all money due and owing said city from any collection source and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I introduce and place on first reading.
Resolution 2025-97, a resolution dispensing with the RFP process and authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement for professional engineering services with Chagrin Valley Engineering, renewing the terms and conditions of its current agreement with the city through 2028 and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I introduce and place on first reading.
Resolution 2025-98, a resolution by the city of North Olmsted recognizing October as sudden unexpected death and epilepsy, SUDEP Awareness Month in North Olmsted, and declaring an emergency.
I introduce and place on first reading and request suspension of the rule requiring 3 readings, as this was discussed during caucus and also earlier in the meeting.
Second.
Do I have to make the motion? Yeah, okay. Mr. President, at this time, I move to suspend the rule requiring 3 readings and formal committee review in order to put into effect this important resolution to bring awareness to sudden unexpected death and epilepsy in October and hopefully into the future for all families who love someone with epilepsy, and ask for a second.
Second.
Heeman.
Okay. Motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings and formal committee review for Resolution 2025-98 is made by Councilman Shimsky and seconded by Councilwoman Heeman. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shimsky,
Yes.
Ms. Heeman,
Yes.
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Mr. Limpert,
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist,
Yes.
Mr. Scarl,
Yes.
Mr. Madden.
Yes.
That motion passes by a vote of 7-0. If there is anyone in the audience who wishes to address council regarding Resolution 2025-98 only, please approach the podium now.
Mr. President, seeing none, I move to adopt Resolution 2025-98 and ask for a second.
Second.
Motion to adopt Resolution 2025-98 made by Councilman Shimsky, seconded by Councilwoman Heeman. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shimsky.
Yes.
Ms. Heeman,
Yes.
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Mr. Madden,
Yes.
Mr. Scarl,
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist,
Yes.
Mr. Limpert.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-98 is adopted by a vote of 7-0, and on behalf of the Brossard family, I want to thank each and every one of my colleagues. Thank you.
Resolution 2025-99, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a 3-year agreement with the city of Bay Village, Ohio to provide for emergency dispatch services, for police emergency dispatch services and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I introduce and place on first reading.
Ordinance 2025-100, an ordinance providing for the amendment of the zone map of the city of North Olmsted by rezoning permanent parcel 236-10015 from a 1-family residence district to planned development 1157.
Mr. President, I introduce and place on first reading.
Thank you. That completes legislation. Before we move into scheduling committee meetings for next Tuesday, October 14th, 2025, I'd like to announce that I'm going to schedule a public hearing for Tuesday, November 18th, 2025 at 7:10 p.m. in council chambers to consider ordinance 2025-92. That said, moving into scheduling committee meetings for next Tuesday, Councilman Scarl for Finance Committee meeting.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to schedule finance for October 14th, 2025 for Resolution 2025-96 and Resolution 2025-97. That will be from 7 o'clock to 7:05. And I ask that the mayor, the finance director, and any other designee the mayor chooses to be present. Thank you.
Thank you. And Councilman Shimsky for Public Safety, Health, and Welfare Committee meeting.
Yeah, I'd like to schedule a committee meeting for next week at 7:05 to 7:10 to discuss 2025-91, and I ask that the mayor, the public safety director, and any other designee the mayor sees fit be present.
All right, thank you. With the agenda being completed and there being no further business to come before council, this meeting of October 7th, 2025 is adjourned at 8:36 p.m.